Wow, it is way better to just not, to just start the stream before doing anything else. Okay. Because queuing in, nightmarish. Huh. Yeah, people are showering, so if anyone hears that in the background, then sorry. I accidentally hit the Windows key, which means I am not getting into the game right away. That's good. Well, it gives me a chance to pull up the lo-fi radio. There we are. Oh, yep. Yeah, it's still not ready to let me into TF2. Wow. Oh, it is very unhappy. Well, there we are. That is the one thing, like, if they ever update this game again, I hope that they make it easier to tab in and out. We don't have a heavy. I guess I'll play heavy. Well, good job. It's now gone. That's okay. Uh-oh. I'm dead as hell. Yeah, do what I can. Honestly, yeah, I think just keep this for right now. Black Box and Conch. This dude is the best. You know, it never occurred to me. Heavy just eats the toothpick in this sandwich. Well, that's fine. No waste, I suppose. Ow. Toilet seat pizza slicer. Okay. Hello, Gessapina. Yes, this is very Teto. Teto. Whoa. Well, that stinks. I thought my tracking was pretty decent. Oh well. Heavy eat toothpick because he's built different. Fair. I mean, I can't disagree with that. He is. That's fine. That sign says crummy burgers. I 100% read it as creamy burgers, and I was like, that sounds horrible. Burger with creamed corn on it. Okay. Yeah, he was in Sonic All-Stars Racing Transformed, and I am immediately turning off text chat from what I have read. I'll play some Pyro. We have another heavy now, and they're probably gonna do a bit better. What the fuck? Okay. Ow. Average TF2 moment? Yeah, kinda. I think I'll choose this. There's a Trollger now, that's good. Okay. Damn it! Oh, there was a sentry there. Sonic Forces, why didn't they just ask Spy to kill Eggman? Are they stupid? Yes. If you question the plot of Sonic Forces at any time, hoping for logic, you're not gonna find it. Ah! That didn't count as a backstep, no! Technically, do we have proof that TF2 doesn't take place in the Sonic universe? No. No, we do not. Maybe that's what Pyroland is. Okay, so I know why they attacked me now. It's because the one person I was mimicking was the person who killed me. So yeah, that kind of tracks, don't it? Okay, I don't want to be here. Whoa, whoa, whoa now. Whoa, 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 whoa. Tails was their second pick for NG. Yeah, I guess so. Okay. I will say there is nothing funnier than actually managing to kill someone with the Righteous Bison, the literal worst weapon in the entire game. Notably referred to as maybe 1/10 of a whole secondary. actually atrocious weapon. One of the slowest projectiles in the entire game. Scout, get back here so I can hit you with this real quick. I'm trying to help you. Okay. The only projectiles that are truly worth using are Huntsman arrows and rockets. Actually, and flares too. But like, if something is a projectile in this game and not hit scan, it already is in a major weakness compared to everything else. Just win with the worst weapon. I enjoy doing it. The Bison, what it does is it replaces a shotgun with essentially a laser pistol that has incredibly low firing speed, incredibly low damage. The projectile speed itself is really low. The damage is inconsistent due to how the projectiles actually calculate damage. It has less ammo in its clip than the shotgun, and it is worse against buildings, and it is a worse and less reliable tool for when you run out of rockets. So it is really just not an ideal weapon, but it is definitely fun to use it. There was a short period of time where the weapon wasn't that terrible, but it wasn't good. Oh, stalemate. That's new. Someone made a really cool model and bullshitted up stats. Right, basically, that's kind of what happened. And anytime a TF2 dev feels upset, they just, they grab a shovel and keep beating the Bison to death with it. How long have I been playing Team Fortress 2? Technically a couple years. In general, I only really got into it, like, a year or two ago. I played it a bit as a kid, and I came back to it later, when I understood it more, and there's only 5 people on my team. That's not ideal. No. Ow. Yeah, unfortunately, I would like to play a video game where I actually, like, have a chance. Okay. Ooh, Upward. I enjoy Upward. Most of the laser projectiles in this game are absolute garbage. The only one that I ever defend is, like, the Thompson, which is definitely still bad, but I think it fulfills a niche on Engineer that the other shotguns don't, because it is a long-ranged, option for him, with infinite ammo, which makes it good for spamming long distance. Meanwhile, the shotguns are mainly for close range self-defense. Which, to be fair, with Engineer, you kinda can just use your wrench for close range self-defense a lot of the time, because mainly what's going to be in your way, like, if someone gets up close to you as Engineer, it's most likely going to be a spy, so it's probably not that big of a deal to have, like, something like that. But when it comes to, like, it's typically just better to have hit scan because, well, Yeah. Also, the shotgun is very reliable. Even the panic attack, which the more you fire it, the less accurate it is. Where is my Thompson? But the Thompson is much better over a longer range. But see how slow its projectile is? And it makes it more difficult to do with a bunch of different things. But personally, I don't dislike the Thompson. I think it's fine. I think there are far worse options in the game. It's probably Engineer's worst option just because Engineer has so few weapons to begin with. It's actually rather unfortunate. Uh-oh. That's an Ubercharge. Laser cool is true. But the best laser weapon in the game is the reskin of the pistol that's called the Capper. And the reason it's the coolest is it's a laser gun, but because it's a reskin, it doesn't actually use laser projectiles. It just pretends like it does. When do we get the Gazer? That is, oh god, I'm flying. The Gazer would probably be the Man Melter. Which is a squirt shot, not, a flare gun replacement. Ugh. Phlogistinator good. People hate this weapon, because it is the least skill-based weapon in the entire game. However, don't care. Do not care. It's just so easy to spam squirt shots across the map. It's like the best. How do you feel about 2 fort players? I'm not the biggest fan of Capture the Flag in general because most of the time if a Capture the Flag match starts while I'm like still in it, like if it starts before I get into the match proper, it tends to be like there's a whole bunch of engineer sentry nests just like built up, and there's not much that you can do other than just like swapping to spy and hoping that you can backstab the engineer and sap everything in time, or just completely try to pelt everything with Demo Man. But overall, it's just not my preferred way of play. I don't think there's anything wrong with 2 fort in and of itself. I think it has an issue of just being a map that is very small, so it tends to be worse. I was hoping the medic was going to help me there, but that's fine. In all honesty, the medic really should never pocket a Phlogistinator Pyro, because that's just mean to the enemy team. It's honestly just kind of fucked up. Oh god damn it, I have no clue where this dude went. Well, maybe you shouldn't be me, dummy. Okay, that's not what I meant to do. I forgot I didn't have, Reflect. I didn't have Air Blast. We don't have a single... I hate pocket medics. I mean, yeah. I think Unfortunately, medic is a very poorly balanced class in general. I think there's a lot of issues with them. Primarily, I just think that Ubercharge as a mechanic is really fucking stupid. I think, isn't this entire game poorly balanced? Not really. It has problems, but I wouldn't go as far to say it's poorly balanced. I think most things are actually well balanced. I think the issue is just that some things do not work as intended, which is a major problem in complete honesty. But, okay, that was... Okay, I hit a piece of geometry and fell off a cliff. That makes sense. Okay. Source moment? Yeah, of course I can't do movement like that when I intend to. But unintentionally, of course. I think the issue, my issue with Ubercharge is that it's just incredibly boring, and there's not many ways to counter it other than just air blast as pyro over and over, and just hope. Yeah, not my favorite by any means of the imagination. Heal along. Ow. I gotta respect any spy who uses the ambassador instead of the what's it called? The Diamondback. Because Diamondback is what we call a damn near direct upgrade. It's basically Kunai and Diamondback just basically are direct upgrades. They aren't. They have some lower stats, but the stats that they change are completely undone by just playing the class normally. Which is, you know... How? Okay. Oh, what? Kunai? No, we don't respect those. The Kunai is such a... That is what is referred to as incredibly poorly balanced, because the entire point of Spy is to backstab. You are a glass cannon, you get killed in one shot by stray rockets and stray pipes. What the Kunai does, it is a much better knife. It has the same, like, holster and switch speed, same attack damage. It gives you health and overheal on a backstab, and the trade-off is that you have lower health to start. And the issue with that is that if you have lower health to start as the class where you die no matter what in one hit to begin with, it is as close to a direct upgrade as possible without being the third degree, which is an actual piece of poor balance, but... Wait, hold on, I want to see that. It's Pyre with a cat. That's lovely. I enjoy that. And the Diamondback is anytime, I believe it's anytime you get a backstab, you get free crits on your revolver. Which means that any damage penalty that it may have is completely null and void if you're playing Spy in any competent form at all. And you can also hate the Diamondback because Elon Musk has a replica of it because it's a Deus Ex weapon. So there's another reason to hate it. Yeah, no. I think if any class has the worst balancing decisions behind it, it's probably Spy. Spy only match. You can do that. There's a thing called Class Wars, where each team gets to, you know, like each team is entirely one class. Engineer is the best class because all of Engineer's weaknesses are kind of null and void if the entire 12-person team is Engineer. Who are VTubers? VTubers just mean, like, virtual YouTubers. What I have in the corner is what's known as a PNG tuber, where you take a collection of different images and make that directly into a model. Most VTubers are just, you know, like animated 3D models that people use to express themselves. I think my game just crashed. No, I'm fine. It's like a Muppet, but you know, not my first way to describe it, but I can't say that you're incorrect. Like, sure, I wouldn't describe it like that immediately, but, like, I can't say that you're incorrect. Default? Why is you know what? I shouldn't even question why that's your default. Somehow no one was going after the burning scout. That was literally right here. But yeah, most weapons in this game, like, they refer to them as side grades because the entire point is to not eliminate stock as like an option. Because that would make it pay to win. This game was pay to win for a very long time, because of item sets and stuff like that, but they try to keep it as honest as they can nowadays. The issue is that not every side grade is as good of a side grade as they kind of want it to be. Like, with a lot of things, you do trade off significant things, and opportunity costs, with what you pick, and sometimes there's just things that are outright the best option. It's like using the power jack on Pyro, which is, because Pyro is a class that excels at close-range combat, you don't particularly use your melee very often, so it's best for you to have a utility melee. And what that means is using the power jack, which gives you additional speed when you have it equipped, it's kind of just the best option because it allows you to roll out faster and escape faster. Because why would you swap to melee with Pyro when you have a flamethrower, which is one of the best close-range one of the best close-range weapons in the entire game. Like, you will always have a flamethrower on you. There's no situation where you don't. And it is very uncommon for a flamethrower to run out of ammo, so it's not like you're going to have no ammo for that. Damn. People know what Muppets are, most people on the internet know what anime is, combine the two. Yeah, they can fill in the gaps. Not incorrect. There are a few direct upgrades, but they're few and far between. Technically what I'm using right now is my rocket launcher, the original. I would classify that as a direct upgrade over the stock rocket launcher, because they're the exact same. The original has no downsides over the stock rocket launcher. What it does have instead is, instead of being a projectile that comes out of the right side of your screen, like most rocket launchers, the rocket is direct dead center, which is why it's direct dead center. It's supposed to mimic how, like, the rockets work in Quake. And yeah, the opportunity, the difference between them, like, the only downside is a lot of people have more muscle memory with the side projectile than the middle projectile, which I don't think is a great way to balance it. However, I don't think it needs to be changed. I think that is a completely fine way to do it, because all the other rocket launchers have right-firing projectiles, which means that, you know, if you want to use anything else, which sometimes you will swap, your aim is going to be different depending on how it is, so I feel like that's fair. The direct hit is another really good side grade option, where the rocket projectile is much faster, and it does more damage. But it's called a direct hit for a reason. It has much smaller splash damage and splash radius, so it makes it significantly more difficult to hit your targets, but you're rewarded for hitting them with extra damage. It's a very good trade-off. Especially because, you know, rockets are really good with ground control and splash damage, but the direct hit is not that. It's almost like a tank buster, to be frank. So I think there's a lot of good uses for different weapons and having, like, different options. And then sometimes there's just things that you're stupid to use, and sometimes there's things you're stupid not to use. Ow. Hero shell. I'm not sure what that means. If Jim Henson was born a few decades later, Kermit would be his VTuber persona. This is true. Ow. You see, that, I'm a big fan of the Big Earner knife for Spy, because what it does is it makes, anytime you stab, you get a speed boost, which is objectively really funny, and I think that it is it helps Spy do what they need to do a lot better without being a crutch like the kunai. Because that, at the end of the day, that's what the kunai is, it's a crutch. I'm gonna play... He learned that from Sonic. Sonic was a VTuber. Where? Okay, there it is. The rat? This is true, I am a rat.
Mission begins in 30 seconds. Mission begins in 10 seconds.
What if there was a character that was called, like, the Junkrat or something? That would be pretty cool.
Plant yourself on that darn point, mister.
I just realized this sentry spot is actually pretty poor. I do need to change this because unfortunately it cannot shoot through those walls. So I'm going to go for like, I guess, I can put it like right back here actually now that I think about it. Yeah, I think here honestly would not even be that bad. Imagine if they were able to do that in a hero shooter too. That would be fucked up. Ah, shoot. Okay. Oh, the Thompson also drains Uber and Cloak on spies and medics, so that's pretty cool. I'm gonna put this over here. Oh, did I not pick that up somehow? Okay, whoops. Where's like our entire everything? I'm just going to upgrade all of our friends' teleporters real quick. Oh, that's bad. My sentry is dead as fuck. That's fine. We need more rat games. It's like, that's like the Olympics, but for rats, the rat games. Heal that up. Yes, the rats do participate in the shooting contest, of course. Why wouldn't they? Taking that. Heavy has cool Russian phrases. Okay. Oh god, I almost got hit by that. Full-size gun too. I feel like you would enjoy this one indie game I've seen recently, Squirrel with a Gun. Oh my god, holy shit, okay. Well, I've lost everything.
Sentry going up.
We are about to deploy the device.
Dispenser going up.
Oh, that is... I thought that it needed to go further than that. That was my bad. Okay. Whoops. Okay, we need actual, like... We need, like, actual more offense.
60 seconds.
Yeah, I should probably equip a banner. Probably.
Mission begins in 30 seconds.
Squirrel with a gun, now need Rat with a 2006 Honda Civic. That's just Yoda piloting a starship.
Mission begins in 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, that's fair. Yep, I love Uber charges. Okay. I'm glad that our medic was not actually healing people preemptively to get Uber charged quickly, but, you know. That would have just, like, made sense. But once again, yeah, it's just... Uber charges do not make sense as a mechanic for me, because it's just like... Well, you just gotta wait and hope that, you are not the person that they target.
Control point is being captured.
Yoda is a war criminal. Like, regardless of what the Empire did, Yoda was still a war criminal. Okay. Goodbye. Alright, goodbye. I think I'll go for Conch. Conch is probably for the best.
We are about to deploy the device.
The control point is being contested.
Hello, I'm just going to steal your dispenser real quick. Ah, shit. I'm dead as hell. I'm stuck too. That's good. A single Star Wars character who hasn't committed war crimes, this is true.
We are about to deploy the device.
Oh boy, I love Uber charges. They're definitely not poorly designed and don't make it incredibly easy to just... I understand it's the point to make it a lot easier to push, but you can't capture, but at the same time, you're going to end up capturing with the Uber charge. You wanna fucking know why? It's because you're invincible, and the entire enemy team can't do anything, which means that the rest of the team is just able to push in. It's just not well designed. It makes no sense. I don't think that's correct. I think it's literally just because he's, like, older than anyone else. Like, that's just how it goes. Harvest. Now, this is a map for me. Let's see. Do I want to be stupid? Yes, I want to be stupid. Maybe I should take back what I said before. The Righteous Bison might not be the worst weapon in the game. It's probably the Caber. Yaddle was capable of speaking normally, so was many of the other several hundred-year-old beings. It's because Yoda is the oldest by far. He was like 3,000 years old, if I remember correctly. Like Yaddle was only like a third of Yoda's life. Holy shit, how long is the respawn timer on this one? A full minute? Well, I'm not sure what that... I can't actually see what it is. Okay, that's fine. Oh, it's Homestuck feed. Okay, that's far from the worst thing it could be. Caber Knight. Caber Knight. Ow! That is one of... Okay, this dude's name reminds me. It is incredibly funny that that TF2's exe file is still Half-Life 2.exe. That is actually very funny to me. It didn't kill! I'm fucked! I'm gone! No! If they change the name, the game will break somehow? Probably. That's not inaccurate. If there's anything that Valve hates doing is making their games work. When they do work, they'll run on anything. But when they don't work, it's... Everyone at Valve has the programming skills of Toby Fox, who is a musician. I think that is my favorite way that Toby Fox has described his making of Undertale and Deltarune. Is like, there are things that I do that are not correctly done in a programming sense, because I am not a game developer, I'm a musician. If it works, if it kinda works, it just works. That's the saying you're thinking of. It doesn't matter how many deaths I have, all that matters is I kill people with the caber. At least it's not the programming skill of Bethesda. No, Bethesda knows what they're doing. They're just not... they just don't have their games work most of the time. That's a different thing entirely. Well, I killed them with the charge and charge, not the caber, which is fine. Oh, wait, no, that's not a charge and charge. That's the tide turner. Damn it. Get me out. Get me out. What skills? What skills are you referring to? What you're saying does not exist. Why is this... Oh! It only looked broken. It wasn't actually broken. Miracle that game runs without. This is true. My favorite thing is that people have made it, like... have taken the original, like, source code of Minecraft and made it so that it can run on, like, a Pentium 3. It's just that the game is so poorly optimized, in general, that it... How? How does the fucking caber not work with a goddamn... It's so... I hit the flippin'... I hit a spy with a caber and it doesn't work. That goes to show how bad this weapon is. I respect that Pyro for giving me that out. They should have killed me, in my opinion, because I deserved it, but... Alright. It's weeb time. Damn. Herobrine is holding the game together? Probably. Out of curiosity, have you gotten the complete and definitely finished, not leaked version of Minecraft on MP4? Why? I've yet to look, that's fair. From what I've heard, apparently people are preferring the leaked version because it just makes it slightly funnier. Which I gotta respect. Damn it. Oh, they were literally on 1 health. Love that canonically Yoda's species is instinctually a bunch of evil gremlins he has to deliberately stop and stuff from biting people's ankles. Yeah, he's literally a gremlin from Gremlins. Like, he's just... That's just what a gremlin looks like when they... when they eat properly. Like, that's a gremlin that eats carrot juice. Okay, I think that's enough for today. Bye-bye.